Hi, my dear friends. How are you? Hopefully, all of you fine and safe, my dear. I am also fine and safe. My dear friends, in the last class, we referred by discussing elaboratively place of supply of services, section 12 of IGST, where location of supplier and location of recipient from taxable territory. I bound to refer section 12 subsection 2 to subsection 14 of section 12. We understood place of supply in different category of supply of services. And also we referred in the last class, my dear, for a kind consideration, section 13 of the IGST, where there are 13 subsections are there. When section 13 of the supply of services, place of supply comes into picture, means only when location of supplier or location of recipient from outside India, from the outside the taxable territory, then section 13 series of IGST speaks place of supply. We have been understood in the last class with ample of examples. Further, I am going to be refer supply of services, advanced concepts, as well as applications thereon. Now, my dear friends, I am bringing to your notice, before going for finding the solution for applications, namely, before commencing the workbook numeric problems, I want to bring to your notice very important concept which is essential in my study when I refer section 12 of IGST, section 13 of IGST. In the last class, I used to invite to you for explaining it is as per section 7, subsection 5, clause A of IGST Act, interstate supply. Sometimes I do refer in the last class, section 7, subsection 5, clause C of the IGST Act, it is interstate supply. Likewise, prior to that, when I refer section 10 of IGST or section 11 of IGST, supply of goods other than the import or export, or section 11, import or export of goods, place of supply, that time also we referred section 7 of the IGST. My dear sir, section 7 of the IGST has its own importance. Now I am bringing to a notice. Further, section 8 of IGST followed by section 9 of IGST. If you have an idea on this, the numeric examples damn easy to understand and answer. So in this regard, I am bringing to a notice, my dear sir, the section 7, section 8 and section 9 of IGST, where it is essential to know whether it is an interstate supply or intrastate supply or a supply taken place from coastal area, from the Indian territorial waters or from Indian customs waters or from the Bay of Bengal or from Arabian Sea or from Indian Ocean. If the supply taken place, what is the place of supply? We should know. Therefore, I am first bringing to your notice these sections for a kind consideration, my dear. Here, if you wanted to understand section 7, which talks about interstate supply, Section 7 is understandable only when you understand section 8 of IGST. Therefore, from here I am moving on to section 8. After completion of section 8, I will come back to section 7. That will be fruitful to understand. Now I am bringing to a notice, my dear sir, section 8 of IGST, which talks about intrastate supply. My dear sir, when a supply called intrastate supply, as referred under section 8 subsection 1 clause. Here section 8 subsection 1 talks about supply of goods, where subject to section 10 of IGST Act, location of supplier and place of supply within the same state or same union territory than intra-state supply. So, what is important here to note means section 8 applicability will come into picture only when section 10 of the IGST is in place. Section 8 subsection 1 will come into picture only when section 10 category is there. Section 10 of IGST talks about what? Supply of goods other than import or export of goods. So section 10 of IGST comes into picture. Section 8 subsection 1 of IGST speaks, it is an intrastate supply provided location of supplier and place of supply in the same state or in the same union territory. But section 8.1 does not apply in the following cases. Section 8 subsection 1 of IGST does not apply in the following cases: where supply to special economic zone or to a developer or a unit of special economic zone, supply to special economic zone which is not a intrastate supply. For example, my dear, see here, let us say Chennai. One Mr. C of Chennai supplied goods, let us say supplied the goods to MEPS. You are aware of that? Madras Export Processing Zone is called MEPS, Madras Export Processing Zone, which is at none other than Special Economic Zone. If the goods supplied to Special Economic Zone, which is also in Chennai, it is also in Chennai. MEPS is in Chennai for a kind consideration. C of Chennai supply the goods to Special Economic Zone, which is also be physically located in Chennai. Not a intrastate supply. It will be treated as interstate supply. How can you say? I will explain to you while inviting the section 7 of the IGST. So, the section 8 subsection 1 does not apply if the goods are supplied to a special economic zone or by a special economic zone to non-special economic zone, as the case may be. Supply of goods to or by a special economic zone, developer or special economic zone unit, not a intrastate supply, though they may be supplier and the recipient in the same state. Point number 2, goods imported into the territory of India, it will, in that case, till they cross the customs frontier of India, cannot be called as intrastate. If the goods has been supplied from that place, for example, C of Chennai imported the goods from Thailand, the goods came to Chennai port. The goods at Chennai port, at that point of time, C of Chennai, being owner of that goods, sold to D of Chennai. Not a intrastate supply. Further, supplies made to a tourist referred to in section 15 of IGST, not a intrastate supply. So, 3 cases. Exceptions from intrastate supply. What is section 8 subsection 1 of IGST speaks? Subject to the provisions of section 10, supply of goods where location of the supplier and the place of supply of goods are in the same state or in the same unitary shall be treated as intrastate supply, but does not include the following goods shall not be treated as intrastate supply where the goods supplied to special economic zone or by special economic zone to non-special economic zone in the same state, or goods imported into India before clearing for home consumption, then before crossing the customs frontier of India, or the goods supplied to a foreign tourist as referred in section 15, then in that case, in these three cases, not a intrastate supply, though they may be in the same state. For example, I am seller of, let us say, electronic goods. One foreign tourist came from, let us say, Singapore to India. In Chennai, I sold that goods, one of my product, to such a foreign tourist. Both of them are in the same state of Tamil Nadu, not a intrastate supply. Three cases, not a intrastate supply. Even though the location of supplier and the place of supply in the same state, but it is not an intrastate supply in three cases. One, if the goods supplied to special economic zone or by special economic zone or developer of special economic zone. Goods supplied when after importation before crossing the customs frontier of India. 3. Goods supplied to a foreign tourist in India in accordance with section 15 of IGST. If so, it is not treated as intrastate supply. It might be treated as interstate supply. Is it clear, my dear sir? Section 8, subsection 1 talks about location of supplier and the place of supply in the same state, we called as intrastate supply, subject to section 10. That means supply of goods where there should not be import of goods or export of goods. Then only this concept of section 8 subsection 1 is whole good. Is it clearer? Likewise, we too have here, my dear, section 8 subsection 2 of the IGST, which talks about supply of services where section 12 applies, subject to the provision of section 12, location of supplier and place of supply in the same state or in the same union territory, we called as intrastate supply. Got the clarity? Here, what is the condition required? Supplier of service and the recipient of service should be from taxable territory. That is what section 12. Satisfying section 12, 8(2) of IGST speaks intrastate supply. For example, I am Mr. M of Mumbai, sold the goods to P of Pune, where location of supplier, location of recipient in the same state. What is supplied? For example, in the given example, if I say supplied the goods, section 8(1), intrastate supply. No sir, M of Mumbai supplied the taxable services to P of Pune. Service supplied. Location of supplier, location of recipient from taxable territory, thereby section 12 of IGST is satisfied. Their location of supplier Mumbai, place of supply, for example, let us say Pune, for example, in that case, place of supply as well as location of supplier from the same state of Maharashtra. Then in that case, section 8, subsection 2 of the IGST speaks, it is an intrastate supply of services. Got the clarity? So, section 8, subsection 2 is a subject to section 12 of IGST, where the location of supplier of service and the place of supply of service both in the same state or within the same union territory, then it is called intrastate supply. But for a kind consideration, the following shall not be treated as intrastate supply of services where supplied to or supplied by special economic zone developer or special economic zone unit cannot be treated as intrastate supply. Got the clarity, my dear, what I am saying? Intrastate supply, here section 8 subsection 2 of IGST speaks, subject to section 12 of IGST, location of supplier of service and the place of supply of service in the same state, then it is intrastate supply. But it does not mean that in the case where place of supply is in the state of location of supplier of service, if the supply made to special economic zone or special economic zone provide the services to non-special economic zone within the same state, such a transaction cannot be treated as intrastate supply. It is an exception. That means supply to special economic zone or supplied from special economic zone always should be treated as interstate supply. Got the clarity, my dear sir? So, my dear friends, I am simplifying now the provision here as follows. Section 8, subsection 1 of the IGST, subject to section 10 of IGST, location of supplier and the place of supply in the same state, intrastate supply. But it does not include following three. Supply of goods to special economic zone or supply of goods by special economic zone, though location of supplier and place of supply in the same state, cannot be called intrastate supply. It should be treated as interstate supply of goods. Second one, in the given case, goods are imported before crossing the customs frontier of India, supply taken place, not a intrastate supply. It will be treated as interstate level. Third one, supply of goods to a foreign tourist as referred in section 15 of IGST Act, then it is also be not a intrastate supply. Got the clarity? Further I referred section 8 subsection 2 of IGST, which talks about subject to section 12 of IGST, location of supplier of service and the place of supply in the same state or within the same union territory, called as intrastate supply of services, but does not include supply of services to special economic zone or to a developer of special economic zone or by a special economic zone or developer of a special economic zone to non-special economic zone within the state or within the union territory, then location of supplier and place of supply, though may be in the same state, it is not a intrastate supply. Got the clarity, my dear sir? This is what I referred so far, my dear sir, for kind consideration. Now I am referring section 7. After understanding section 8, referring to you now section 7. Section 7, my dear sir, broadly we have 5 subsections. The title of section 7 itself is what? Interstate supply. The title itself, interstate supply. Whatever falls under section 7 of IGST, that will be treated as interstate supply. Where we have section 7 subsection 1 of IGST, which talks about, section 7.1 talks about, subject to provisions of section 10 of IGST, where supply of goods takes place other than import or export, supply of goods where location of the supplier and the place of supply in the different states or in different unitaries or one will be in the state or other one will be in the unitary. For example, location of supplier in the state of Tamil Nadu, place of supply may be union territory of Pondicherry. In that case, we called as interstate supply. Shall be treated interstate supply. Is it clear, my dear sir? Further, section 7, subsection 2 of IGST speaks supply of goods imported into the territory of India, till they cross the customs frontier of India, shall be treated as interstate supply of goods or goods. Trade or commerce means goods in the given case. Section 7, subsection 1 speaks location of supplier and place of supply in two different states, or one in state, other one is in the union territory, or in two different union territories, interstate supply of goods, provided section 7.1 reads subject to section 10 of IGST. Section 7 subsection 2 speaks import of goods supply taken place before crossing the custom frontier of India is interstate supply. Further, section 7 subsection 3 of the IGST talks about supply of services at interstate level. Section 7 subsection 3 speaks subject to section 12 of IGST, where location of supplier of service and location of recipient of service from taxable territory. Then section 7 subsection 3 of the IGST speaks location of supplier and place of supply of service in two different states, or in two different union territories, or one in state, other one is in the unitary. In that case, such supply is called interstate supply of services. Interstate supply of services. Got the clarity, my dear sir? Further, section 7 subsection 4 of IGST speaks supply of service imported into territory of India shall be treated as supply services in the course of interstate trade or commerce, meaning thereby section 7 subsection 3 already covered. Section 7 subsection 4 speaks import of services will be treated as interstate supply. Import of service means what? As referred under section 2 subsection 11 of IGST, location of supplier outside India, location of recipient is in India, and the place of supply flying bird should be land in India. Import of services always called as interstate supply. Is clear? 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4 of IGST. The important area is section 7.5 of IGST. My dear sir, for your kind consideration and updation, here I am presenting section 7 subsection 5. It is clause A, clause B, clause C. Please make a note of that. Clause A, clause B and clause C. Not 1, 2, 3 amma. Please make a note. Section 7 subsection 5, clause A, clause B, clause C is to be read as that. Now I am referring section 7 subsection 5, clause A talks about it may be supply of goods, it may be supply of services, or both. When the supplier is located in India and the place of supply is outside India, in that case it is interstate supply. Got the clarity? I will refer here for a kind consideration, my dear. One simple example, amma. Let us see here. Mr. M of Mumbai. Mr. M of Mumbai directed to S Limited of Singapore, asking S Limited of Singapore directly supply the goods on behalf of M to A Incorporation of USA. Goods supplied directly. My dear sir, if there's a case, this fellow will be called as third person. Third person, upon whose direction the goods moved from Singapore to A Incorporation of USA. I explained this point. Now I am presenting by infant of the provision. It is a revision for you. M of Mumbai asked the S Limited to supply the goods directly to his buyer located at USA. So USA fellow is a buyer of goods. Then M of Mumbai, seller of the goods. Is clearer? He is a seller, he is a buyer. Now M has to raise the invoice against his buyer at US for supply of goods. Got the clarity? In that case, for Mr. M, what is the place of supply? Means place of supply here is equal to USA as referred under section 10 subsection 1 clause A of IGST. You got the clarity? Why I am referring here the section 10(1)A means movement of the goods where the place of supply is equal to movement terminated, because it's not export of goods. Therefore, it is not section 11B. It is section 10 only. If so, location of supplier, where the location of supplier here, location of supplier of the goods is in Mumbai. That means what, my dear sir? Location of supplier in the taxable territory, section 7. 5A says, supplier located in taxable territory, and the place of supply is outside India. In that case, my dear, what type of supply it is? It is called as interstate supply. It is called as interstate supply. From M point of view, M of Mumbai point of view, it is interstate supply as referred under section 7(5)A of IGST. Got the clarity, my dear sir? Of IGST. So here what happened? Though it may be interstate supply, it is specifically excluded from the scope of supply because it is covered under Schedule 3, point number 7 of the CGST Act. Therefore, there is not a taxable event. There is already aware of that. Just wanted to bring to a notice, when section 7(5)A applies, where location of supplier in India, place of supply outside India, I refer from the perspective of the supply of goods. The same concept means to say that 7(5)A is also be applicable to supply of services, where location of supply of service in India, place of supply outside India, it is called as interstate supply. Further, section 7 subsection 5 clause B talks about here supply to special economic zone. Developer or special economic zone unit is treated as interstate supply since it is not covered under section 8 subsection 1 nor section 8 subsection 2. Therefore, supply of goods to special economic zone, supply of services to special economic zone, or supply of goods by special economic zone, or supply of services by special economic zone, we will be treated as interstate supply as referred under section 7 subsection 5 clause B. Finally, I am referring here, very important, section 7 section 5 clause C, which talks about supply of goods or supply of services or both in the taxable territory, not being in an intrastate supply and not covered elsewhere in this section. In that case, it will fall here. Section 7, subsection 5, clause C. How to understand this? A classical example I am going to bring to your notice on the screen. Just you look and understand. Section 7.5c. Supply of goods or services are both in the taxable territory, not covered elsewhere and not being an intrastate supply. Not being an intrastate supply, not covered elsewhere of these provisions, then falls under 7.5c of the IGST. How to understand? A simple example I am bringing for 7.5c is as follows. Sir, this provision you need not want to record, my dear, because this provision I already referred to you when I referred the supply of goods, place of supply concept. Now again I am going to refer also. You don't worry at all. This not required to record. Just I presented to you when 7.5a comes into picture. Means in the given scenario 7.5a comes. Now when section 7.5 clause B comes into picture, I will give the example by visualization. And 7.5c I will highlight you where supply of goods or supply of services are both in the taxable territory, not being an intrastate supply, not cover elsewhere of these given provisions, will fall under 7.5c, will be treated as interstate supply. Examples I am going to present now. Don't worry at all. 7.5b also I am going to bring the example for your kind consideration. Now look here, my dear sir. Referring to you, section 7, subsection 5, clause B of IGST, which talks about interstate supply. For example, here, as I refer to you, Mr. C of Chennai, being a trader, supplied the goods to MEPS. Goods sold from Chennai to Chennai. Is also Chennai. If so, in that case, my dear sir, it is treated as interstate supply. It is treated as interstate supply. Interstate supply. Is it clear, my dear sir? Interstate supply. At the same time, you may supply service also. For example, you are Mr. a practicing CA. Mr. CA Ram, you are. You provide the services. Supplied taxable services. Taxable services. Provide the taxable services. Then we call it as dash interstate supply. It is called as interstate supply. You being a Ram may be from Chennai. Is clear? Or otherwise, if the special economic zone permitted to sell the scrap and all, if they supplied certain goods to, let us say, Mr. C of Chennai, then in that case, this also be called as interstate supply. Interstate supply, supply of goods in the given case. Or if they provide the services, if they provided the services to, let us say, Mr. Z of Chennai, also be called as interstate supply. Interstate supply. Is it clear, my dear sir? Interstate supply. As simple as this, look on the screen now. Goods supplied by C to special economic zone is interstate supply. Or if they supply the goods to Chennai fellow in the same state, also be is interstate supply. If you supply the services being a practicing CA, if you provide these services, you being a practicing CA, if you provide these services to special economic zone called as interstate supply. Or otherwise, if they provide these services to Z, also be called as interstate supply of services. Got the clarity, my dear sir? Any difficulty in the given case? 7.5b of IGST. Now I am going to bring to notice the concept of 7.5c, where 7.5c speaks supply of goods or supply of services are both not being an intrastate supply, not covered elsewhere of any provision, and covered under 7.5c as a default provision, will be treated as interstate supply. How to understand is as follows. Now look on the screen, my dear sir. In the given case, Hotel Taj Hotel at Mumbai, being a supplier of taxable services, namely short-term accommodation services provided to one eminent person, Mr. Obama, who is a recipient of service from USA. That means location of supplier of service of short-term accommodation at Mumbai, Maharashtra, located in the taxable territory. Supplier located in the taxable territory. Recipient located in non-taxable territory. You see here. So, supplier is in taxable territory, recipient in non-taxable territory. Section 12 of IGST should I refer, or section 13 of IGST should be referred. In the last class I referred, if location of supplier or location of recipient from outside India, you should refer section 13 series only, I said. Under section 13, subsection 4 of IGST speaks in the case where immovable property given for using the immovable property provide the services, in that case place of supply is equal to where the property is located or intended to be located. Now tell me, Taj Hotel, where located, my dear? Taj Hotel located in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Location of supplier where? Location of supplier also in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Location of supplier also in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So, as per section 13, subsection 4 of IGST, my place of supply is equal to Mumbai. You are getting my point, sir? Place of supply is equal to Mumbai. As referred under section 13, not the section 12, my dear. As per section 13, subsection 4. of IGST which speaks place of supply is equal to location of the property or intended to locate the property. Is it clear? If that is the case, location of supplier also at Mumbai. Location of supplier also in Mumbai. This is what the provision speaks here. You got the clarity, my dear sir? Any difficulty from this given case? Section 13.4 only apply because here recipient is from outside India. Supplier from India. I must refer section 13 of the IGST provisions to know the place of supply of services, which is as per section 13 section 4 of the IGST, place of supply is equal to Mumbai because where the property is located. Taj Hotel located in Mumbai. Location of supplier, Mumbai, because Taj Hotel wala is in Mumbai. In that case, location of supplier and place of supply in the state of Maharashtra, same state, no? Mumbai and Mumbai. If there is a case, intrastate supplier, tell me, intrastate or interstate? It cannot be called as intrastate supply. Reason, as per section 8, subsection 2 of the IGST Act, which talks about subject to section 12 of IGST, where the location of supplier and the place of supply in the taxable territory, then only intrastate supply. Is it section 12 of IGST or section 13 of IGST? It is section 13 of IGST, my dear. It is as per section 13 of the IGST. That is the reason I am not able to invite section 8 subsection 2 of the IGST, resulting that it cannot be intrastate sale. It is not covered under the clutches of section 8 subsection 2 because it is not subject to section 12. It is subject to section 13, which is not covered under section 8.2. Therefore, where I can refer this transaction? 7 subsection 5, in that class C, section 7 subsection 5 class C says supply of services in the taxable territory, in India, where the short-term accommodation services provided in the state of Maharashtra, in the taxable territory, supply of services in the taxable territory. Not being an intrastate supply of service. It is not an intrastate supply of service since not covered under section 8 subsection 2 of IGST. Therefore, not a intrastate supply. If so, which will fall under section 7 subsection 5 class C of the IGST Act, resulting that it is interstate supply. It is called as interstate supply. Of service. Interstate supply of service. Got the clarity? Please make a note of this, which is very important for your coming examination also. Please record, my dear sir. A classical example from the angle of supply of services, which falls under section 7 subsection 5 class C of IGST. Like this you have to study, my dear sir. I am going to explain this provision like combination of reading of sections with rules and notifications becomes a lollipop to you. Section 7, subsection 5, class C. In the last class I referred this provision. Which I presented here with the example. Now I am going to take up while application of provisions with the numeric examples. There I will take this provision of section 7.5 A, B, C provisions, I will take that particular provision for explanation. For the time being, please record, my dear sir. In the given case, section 13 applicable, not 12. Therefore, section 8, subsection 2 of the IGST Act not applicable to treat as interest supply. So, it is not interest supply. Then, 75C says that supply in the taxable tree not being an interest supply covered under 75C. If so, interstate supply. Please make a note of this, my dear. Yes, all of you recorded, my dear sir. Hopefully you might have been recorded by this time. Am I right? Recorded all of you? Fine. So, now please come back to section 7, subsection 5, series. So we are here, section 7.5, class A, class B, class C, we understood, my dear sir. Further, referring to you now, section 9, very important one. Here referring to you, section 9. Supplies in the taxable, in the territorial waters. Territorial waters, in the last class, when I referred the supply of goods, I referred territorial waters means which has been extended up to 12 nautical miles. So, section 9 of IGST Act speaks supplies in the territorial waters. If there is a case where the location of the supplier is in the territorial waters, the location of such supplier. For example, Mr. X is a provider of, let us say, security services, where within the premises of the port, Chennai port, Mumbai port, Paradip port, Cochin port, for example, my dear, where they have the office nearby the port, nearby the, for example, nearby Bay of Bengal, at Chennai port, they have the office and providing security services within the territorial waters limits, within 12 nautical miles. In that case, location of supplier is in that particular territorial waters. Or otherwise, further, where the place of supply is in the territorial waters, the place of supply shall be, for the purpose of this act, deemed to be in the coastal state or coastal union territory where the nearest point of the appropriate baseline is located. How to understand this? With the help of example. Sir, what happened if you throw into Bay of Bengal, it place of supply, it belongs to which state? Is it state of Tamil Nadu, state of Andhra Pradesh, or state of Orissa, or a state of what we can call West Bengal? Or if you throw the place of supply into the Bay of Arabian Sea, if you say throw the place of supply in Arabian Sea, is a place of supply of Gujarat, or is it a Mumbai, or is it Goa, or is it Cochin? How to understand? Therefore, the lawmaker said here, if the place of supply is in the territorial waters within the 12 nautical miles from the baseline, then that place of supply shall be deemed to be the state where nearest point from the baseline, nearest point. nearest point of the appropriate baseline. How to understand? Very simple. I am going to present you notice classical example. If you throw the place of supply into the Bay of Bengal, I will make it the place of supply belongs to so and so state. How? Nearest point of the baseline from that coastal area. Example. Now look on the screen, my dear sir. See, this is a coastal area, as you are aware of that. This is all coastal area, my dear sir. Bay of Bengal. Here, KG Basin, particular, what we can call it as the gas rig installed by Reliance Company, KG Basin. Assume KG Basin is here within the, what we can call it as the 12 nautical miles from the baseline. KG Basin is incorporated by Reliance Company in Bay of Bengal within 12 nautical miles in the territorial waters. Now, you being an auditor, provide the services to that KG Basin of Reliance Company which is located in the Bay of Bengal. To that gas company, you provide the services. To that gas rig, you provide the services. In that case, what is the place of supply? The recipient, being a registered person, KG Gas Basin of Reliance, being a registered person, located in the Bay of Bengal. In that case, which state it belongs, place of supply? There the lawmaker said, nearest point of the basin beach, or here the basin, gas basin, nearest point of the gas basin, assume is a gas basin, located in the Bay of Bengal, which is from that particular gas basin, nearest point of the coastal area. From this nearest point of coastal area is Kakinada, which comes under Andhra Pradesh. Therefore, place of supply is Andhra Pradesh. From that basin, gas basin, nearest point of the baseline of the state is Kakinada of Andhra Pradesh. So, place of supply is Andhra Pradesh. For example, look here on the screen, my dear. Mr. C supplied auditing services to Reliance Gas Basin, which is located in Bay of Bengal within the 12 nautical miles from the baseline, namely located within the territorial waters. If so, for C, what is a place of supply for him means, for him, the place of supply is equal to Andhra Pradesh. How can you say? Because this gas basin is located from the nearest point of the baseline of Kakinada coastal area, which comes under the Andhra Pradesh. If C supplied auditing services to Reliance Gas, C located in Chennai, for example, my dear sir, and the place of supply goes to the Andhra Pradesh, interstate supply, liable to pay IGST. No sir, Mr. C not from Chennai sir, Mr. C from Andhra Pradesh itself sir, C of Vijayawada sir, Andhra Pradesh sir, supply the services to KG Basin of Reliance, where the place of supply goes to Andhra Pradesh sir. In that case, C liable to pay CGST and SGST. Is it clear, my dear sir? So, this is what section 9 of IGST speaks. Got the clarity? With the help of this input, now if you start numerics, problems on the part of place of supply become lollipop to you. Is it clear, my dear sir? Now we are going to start the numeric applications on the part of the place of supply. Thank you, my dear friends.